really grounded. So today we're going to do that. So let's begin by finding our most comfortable seat. And I'm sitting up on a block. You could sit right on your sitting bones, because even if you are sitting on something, you can still really feel that you're connected to something, that you're rooting down. So finding our most comfortable seat and relaxing our shoulders, closing our eyes if we feel comfortable doing that, or maybe just having a soft gaze and going right to your breath, right to your breath. Just really simple. Inhale and exhale, not doing anything fancy with the breath, just noticing it this morning. And, I always say it's interesting. Maybe it's the first time you're noticing your breath today. Our wonderful breath. And then right away, tapping into this quality of feeling grounded, feeling your seat or your sitting bones rooted into the earth, not only your seat, but your hips, your pelvis area. Maybe feeling the knees and the legs drop down a little bit to root you down into the ground. And then once we feel this really stable foundation, sort of building that up through our bodies. So traveling up the back body, traveling up the spine, nice and tall and long. Feeling the chest naturally open by dropping the shoulders. And maybe traveling all the way up to the crown of our head, but yet still feeling very rooted down into the earth, very still. And as you take that breath, think about sending the breath all the way down to that connection that you've made with the earth. So taking an inhale, sending it all the way down to the sitting bones, the pelvis. And then as you exhale, keeping that rooted feeling, but softening as you let the breath out. So rooted doesn't mean heavy, right? Rooted means that we feel that we have a nice foundation in the bottom, but we're nice and light and soft up top. This balance of strength and softness in our body. Let's quietly shift now to just pausing at the heart center and just noticing what's there today. What's on your mind? Maybe what are some reoccurring thoughts? There could be a word that keeps coming up for you. And let's just see what that is right now. And for a moment in the quiet, and let's connect with that and set our intention for the class today. And as we do our next exhale, let's go ahead and let that intention go. Going back to our natural breath, pausing for a moment right on that inhale through the nostrils, exhale out. And then within this next breath, we'll slowly blink our eyes open. Here we are. So sometimes even just seated for those few minutes, we have to shift and move a little bit. I feel the same. I'm actually going to come up off my block. And we are going to start seated, but that's however our most comfortable seat looks. So you can remain on something, you can have your legs out, you can be cross-legged, but still keeping a nice long spine, still feeling that you're rooted down into the earth. And then I want you to go ahead and take your hands in front of you and sort of do this. We call this grasping, where we open and close just to get the fingers to be moving, the hands to be moving. I think we did this last week. We're going to take this right hand to help the left hand open up a little bit and just gently pull the fingers back, and then go ahead and take the hand and point the fingers down. And when you're doing this, you're using your breath, right? You're inhaling and exhaling, just really natural breathing here. Maybe even you feel like it would benefit you to hold the fingers back a little longer and take a few breaths. And then just moving that Left hand in circles. Sometimes we feel the wrist crack a little bit. And then moving to the other hand, gently pulling back, pointing down. You know, we can't forget these hands and these wrists. They support us so much in our practice. Really getting them ready, holding back when you feel that you need, making sure you're still breathing, and then moving the hand or the wrist rather in circles here. Okay, the first move, what we're going to do, I am going to say that we can clasp the hands and flip the clasp. If that's too much for you, when you bring it up, you can just have the arms up like this, okay? So whether you're clasping or not, coming up here, stretching up here, reaching up here, you can have it a little bit in front of your face if it's too much to pull it back. And we'll go ahead and we'll just slowly lean over to the right side to get that nice opening in the side body. And while you're doing that, press your clasped hands up and over. Let's come back to center, get length again in the spine, and then do the same thing on the other side. Really, even that you're pulling that top arm a little bit. And then go ahead and inhale, reach up and stretch up, and you'll release the hands and let the hands come down. First, we're just going to twist to the right. So rotating towards your right, cross that hand over the body, land on the knee, and then go really slow here. If you feel that right away you went too far, you can back off a little bit. Have a nice long spine. So with this upper body twist, we feel that the hips are still side by side, but we're really only twisting from the navel center up to the crown of the head. Find your breath. Breathe here. Okay, we're not going to go to the other side just yet. Come back up to center, reach up and stretch up, and we're actually going to go forward. Coming forward here, really restorative, hands on the earth, soft elbows, soft arms. You can pull your chin in, open the back of your neck. So my spine is a little round. You can round your spine. Even with your breath, maybe you're pulsing down a little bit, tipping forward off of that foundation, off of your seat a little bit. Breathing here, and then we're going to go ahead and reach the arms forward, come all the way up and stretch up, and then exhale the arms down. All right, let's try that again so we can get that twist on the other side. First, we're going to clasp the hands. We're going to flip it. And if you're doing that, you're bringing it all the way up, or the hands are open. Start by leaning over to one side, get a nice opening towards your left, maybe first this time. Come back to center, get length again, and then go ahead and drop to the other side, breathing, breathing, breathing. And then when you come back to center, reach up and stretch up, and then let the arms go, and then twist towards your left. Drop your chin. When you keep this nice long spine, the chest can open, you're nice and tall. And again, if you feel that you were too excited and you went into it too far, back off a little bit. And use the breath then to move further, right? Use the breath to guide you here. One more breath together. Inhale. Exhale your breath out. Come on back up to center. This is where we reach up and stretch up and we come forward. Again, come on forward with your exhale. So really feeling your spine, softening your arms, maybe even little pulses here as you're breathing. You can close the eyes. Anytime we come forward like this, it's very, very quieting, very grounding that you have your hands on the earth. Okay, the next inhale, let's reach the arms up and stretch up. And then go ahead and exhale your arms down. So I want to open this up a little bit. So I'm going to keep my left leg bent like this, but I'm going to take my right leg and open it up. So adjust this for your own body. Some of us might need to put a block, right, to prop our knees. I know about that. So see what you need to do. Yeah. And really, sort of make sure that you're comfortable here. You're just sort of throwing it off center for a moment. All right, we're going to stretch over towards this extended leg. I want this extended leg to be active. That doesn't mean it has to pin down. You can have a soft knee, but have the toes be up. Let's inhale and reach the arms up and stretch up, and then exhale, folding over towards that extended leg. Let's just do a couple dynamic first. Come on up with me. Inhale, reach up and stretch up. Exhale again towards the straight leg. Go nice and slow. Breathe into the whole body. Inhale up, and then we're going to stay with this next one. So come on over. You can reach more in front of your face if that feels better. If you want a bigger opening, you could pull that top shoulder back and sort of open up a little bit more. Do what feels good here, right? That's your own practice, self-practice. Breathing, 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 maybe reaching with that top arm. Let's come on back up to center, reach up and stretch up. and then exhale the arms down. Pause here for a moment, help your legs. This other leg is going to come in. We're going to switch. So now we straighten the left leg. Every side is different. And then take your time, move your sitting bones, get your foundation, get your body straight here, soften the knee. That leg is active, toes are up. Inhale, reach the arms up and stretch up. And then exhale, go ahead and fold over towards that. We'll do a couple dynamic like we did. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale is the up. Exhale is down. Feel that nice side body opening. We'll have a lot of opportunities today to do that. Inhale, come on up. And then exhale down. Let's stay here. Reach here. And remember, you have choices here. You could just keep that arm gently in front of the face a little bit, or you could open it up a little bit by rotating, and the chest can sort of turn to come up towards the sky here. Breathe here all the way into that side body, side ribs. Let's all inhale and come back up to center together. Reach up and stretch up, and then exhale the arms down. All right, let's get off of this seat and come onto our hands and knees. So take your time coming into tabletop. And then, we're weight bearing, as we mentioned in the beginning. So sort of rock back and forth, soften your elbows a little bit. Yeah, if you need something under your knees. Do you want to grab an extra mat? You can do that. They're in the back closet there if you want to grab one. You okay? Okay. So on your hands and knees here, before we even move, just feel into your long spine here. Notice how your body feels. For the exhale for cat-cow today, we are going to bring our hips back a little more to sort of go in this low, child's pose like forward fold. But let's flow into it. So come on back up together first. Inhale, curving the spine for that back bend, looking forward. Exhale, round your spine and come back, hips back, reaching the arms forward. Now see if you can keep your hands where they are here. And inhale, come up. You might want to drop the hips a little bit here. Exhale back. Really slow, following your breath, doing sort of whatever movement your body wants to do. Maybe it does feel good to drop those hips with the inhale. Coming back as far as you can in that child's pose shape. Having the breath be really soft. And then we're going to come back and we're going to settle into child's pose. So however that looks for you. So bringing the hips back, rounding the spine forward. Come on back here, play around with your knees. Maybe you need to put them together. Maybe you need to open them. We can prop this. So I like to stack my fists and sort of put them under my forehead. If you feel comfortable with your forehead on the earth, you could reach your arms out long in front of you, really doing what feels good to your body here. Breathing into the whole spine, the whole long spine here, and even here feeling grounded down into the earth. Let's take one more breath together. Inhale. Exhale your breath out and go ahead and float yourself up to tabletop. We're going to prepare ourselves to do some back bending as we come all the way down to our bellies. So coming all the way down. Feels good. Drop down. You might want to rock the body a little bit. You can bring your hands and stack your hands. Elbows are out, and then pick your right leg up and then lay it back down. Pick the left leg up and lay it back down. Okay. Pausing here for a moment, you can put your forehead down. This is like a crocodile variation. Breathing into the whole body. Feeling your whole body grounding down here. Let's keep that grounding feeling, but move into a back bend series as we take the hands under the shoulders, pull the elbows in a little bit. Inhale, lightly pressing up for cobra. Exhale down. Keep going. Inhale up. Exhale down. Do that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. And now let's hold it for an extra breath. Inhale up. Don't feel that you have to come high. Pause here. Stay here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale down. Release it. Stack your hands again. Elbows out. You can turn your head to one side, or you could have your forehead down and just notice how you feel. We're going to go in for a little bit of a longer hold as we go into Sphinx. So Sphinx is where we set ourselves up on our forearms. We have our hands open. We come on up here to Sphinx, and you can have a soft gaze like this, down on the earth, sort of get your setup, and then make it more active as you start to bring the chest up a little bit. You can look towards the front line of your mat, moving into this back bend, breathing here. We don't ever want to throw our heads back, right? We just want to have the chin even maybe down a little bit, but feel your chest open. Fingers are spread open here. Let's take one more breath together. Inhale. Exhale, let your body drop down. And then one more time again, stack your hands, elbows out. You can bend your legs in the back and sway your feet back and forth. That always feels nice, this sort of windshield wiper sort of effect. Okay, very relaxing on the belly, but we're going to come up off the belly. So let's work on coming up to tabletop again. Take your time, use the strength of your arms here. And then from tabletop here, we're going to go into a down dog series. If you do not practice down dog, your forward fold could be here, could be this cat shape. Okay, so see how you feel today. You have choices. We're going to inhale and curve the spine and look forward. Curl the toes if you're going into down dog. Exhale, float the hips and feel downward facing dog, or you're doing that cat shape. On the next inhale, when you're ready, come on back down to the hands and knees, flip your feet, that's your back bend, and then exhale, push back for child's pose. Let's try that again. Inhale, coming up for the back bend and tabletop. Exhale, we find down dog or cat. Inhale, we come back down to hands and knees for the back bend. And exhale, we find child's pose. Keep going. Inhale, back bend. Slow, please. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, tabletop for the little back bend here. And then exhale, child's pose. So next one, we're going to stay in that exhale. Keep breathing. Come on up for the inhale. Exhale, either cat or down dog, and we're staying. And if you are staying in cat and you're on all fours, you could go through some cat cows. If you're in down dog with me, you could bring the heels up and press them down. You can have really soft knees. See how you feel, sort of pedal the feet. And then your choice to transition to standing when you're ready, walking the feet up. Maybe if you're in tabletop, coming through a low lunge. And if you find that you do land in a forward fold, slowly, keyword, rolling the spine up. And however you came up, we're all going to meet standing, and we're going to give our body time to sort of adjust, right? Because we were just in an inversion, fixing our clothes, getting the lint off. Okay, here we are. So talk about feeling grounded. Feel your 2 feet on the earth. Even this idea of a little bit of bouncing, a little bit of pulsing like this really helps us feel grounded, a little bouncing with the knees. And it's always good to bounce for our lymph system anyway. Okay, we need our trampolines. Okay, so pausing here, finding stillness, really rooting down here. We'll do a little bit of a salutation series together, nice and slow. And on that forward fold, you can have really bent knees. Inhale, reaching the arms up, stretching up here. Exhale, folding all the way forward into standing forward fold. Inhale up to halfway only. You can slide the hands up the shins here. Exhale, we drop back down. And then inhale, we float all the way back up. And that final exhale is just the arms float down. Follow your own breath. It might be different than my cueing. Inhale up. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, slide to halfway. Exhale, drop down. Inhale up. We can have soft knees this whole time. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, drop down. And if you want to linger a little bit here, you could add an extra breath. When you're done lingering in this inversion, soften your knees and bring your body all the way up. Keep that gaze on the earth. That'll help with balance. And then exhale the arms down. And then just stand in stillness and notice the effects of the sequence of the series there. See how you feel. Okay, right away, I'm going to put you in balance. So I'm going to put you in tree pose. You can hold on to something if you need to, maybe a chair or a wall. We're going to start with the right leg. Right away, we want to make sure we keep our gaze steady. That is the primary goal in this lineage, at least, is that to keep your gaze steady and balanced. That is our primary goal. The right leg comes up. We bring this supporting hip in. And, feeling grounded, we feel grounded with that supporting foot. So notice that. And then where do you want your hands? They could be at the heart center. They could float up and out. Really, doing these sort of placement with your hands where you like them to be. It's your choice. Having choices here. As you keep that gaze, you'll notice that your eyes will wander, but you can always bring them back. And then with control, soften and lower your arms and take that right leg down. And then when you go back to being two-footed here, notice how secure you feel and take that feeling into bringing the other side up. We never want to be on the knee. We're either on the floor or the calf or above the knee. Maybe start with hands at heart center, fix your gaze. That is our primary focus here. Secondary focus is balance. And then play around with your arms and your hands. Breathing here. You could certainly bring them all the way up if you want to. A little bit of a challenge. Okay, keep your gaze, drop your arms, and then slowly take your leg out and you're back to standing on 2 feet on the earth. And you can sort of wiggle your toes and soften your knees a little bit. Clear that from your mind. The mind sort of really goes really fast in balanced poses. So let the mind slow down a little bit. Let's reset with dynamic mountain or Tadasana. The heels can come up, another opportunity for balance. Inhale, reaching the arms up, stretch all the way up. Exhale, arms float down and heels float down. We're countering what we just did. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up. And then exhale, draw your exhale out extra long here, come all the way down, and then pause and release, let the body get soft. Okay, we're gonna go into a standing pose where we have wide legs. So for ladies here, you can face out either window, it's up to you. I'll cue the legs, so it doesn't really matter which way. If you wanna face each other, you can or not. But I'm gonna cue it for everybody at home that you come to the right side of the mat and you take this left leg and you open up for a wide-legged stance. We can certainly come down to the ground for this pose. I'm gonna put a block here. If you want to, you could do that. I put it on the right side. So we'll cue to the right side first. Maybe even a chair there is really nice. You can also stack 2 blocks. Okay, so let's see how we feel. Feet are parallel, make sure our knees aren't locked. We're gonna do a standing twist. Let's just try it dynamic first. Inhale, arms come up to shoulder height, the chest opens. Exhale, twisting towards the right and finding that twist there. And this is where maybe you think that you need to have your stack be a little higher. Inhale, look down, come on up on that inhale. Exhale the arms down. So that's the sequence. Let's try it again. Same side. Inhale, arms float up, chest opens. Exhale, we twist towards the right. You can soften that right knee, reach your top arm up. When you're ready to inhale, look down and rise up. Exhale the arms down. So a lot of playing around with the gaze. Inhale up. Exhale, we go into the twist. Same side. Inhale, shift your gaze down. Keep it there. Come all the way up. Exhale the arms down. Okay. Now we're going to stay. We're going to stay in that twist. And that's our opportunity to really get into the twist of our body. Inhale, arms come up to shoulder height. Same side again. Come all the way down towards the right. And again, you can soften that knee that you're coming towards. Reach your top arm up and decide where your gaze is. Now that you're staying, you can look up. You could look to the side. You can even look down if you feel that that's more grounding for you. Decide where you would like to look. Opening up here, breathing into the twist. One more breath, please. Inhale. Exhale your breath out. Go ahead and look down on the next inhale. Rise up. Take it slow. Exhale the arms down. Just stand centered for a moment. Let the body come back. Step the legs back together. Close the hips off. Let the legs rest a little bit. And then we'll prepare for the other side. So I will travel with my block, or 2 blocks are nice. Taking that big step again with that left leg. Placing the block on the left or the chair or nothing if you're going down to the earth. Just taking a breath before you begin, softening your knees a little bit. And then we begin with an inhale. Inhale, arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, twisting down towards the other side. That's your left. Reach up. Inhale, look down. Rise back up. And when you rise up, open up. Exhale the arms down. All those movements, all those breaths. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Inhale, look down. Rise up. Exhale the arms down. Last one dynamic, and then we're going to hold. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, look down. Come on up. And then bring the arms down. Give yourself a breath before you go into the hold. Give yourself a breath. Maybe your feet shifted a little bit. And let's prepare ourselves for the hold. Nice, quiet mind. Inhale, arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, go into the twist here. And then use this time we have now to really sort of move, breathe, fix your gaze. Where is your gaze? Using the breath always to go deeper. Make sure you breathe through any adjustments that you make on your body. One more breath together. Inhale. Exhale your breath out. Inhale, look down, get that gaze, rise up. Exhale the arms down. Let's come all the way back to standing with the feet together. Pause here. And if you are turned, ladies, you can face the front of the room here, the front of your mat. Just sort of reset yourself with a symmetrical feeling in the body. Urdhva Hastasana, same idea of what we used in the beginning. We're going to clasp our hands only if that feels okay in our hands. We're going to flip it and we're going to bring it all the way up. Okay. So don't feel you have to pull back far. Watch your shoulders. You could go a little bit in front of your face, but I do want you to have this active upward feeling that you're really pressing up. While you're pressing up, your feet are rooted into the earth. Breathing here, Urdhva Hastasana, such a nice opening in the whole body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw your exhale out long. Breathe. Nice. And then release it. And we're probably going to have to move and shake our hands, right? Yeah. So good for our hands, though, to get them in these sort of shapes. Okay. Just find stillness for a moment. Notice how you feel. Breathing into the whole body all the way to your fingertips. We're going to go right into triangle, just a classical triangle pose. I am going to travel with my block. And again, ladies, if you want to turn and face either window, it's up to you. I'll cue the legs. We're going to take a big step with this left leg to open up our legs. Once again, if we're using a block, we're going to place it on the right, but this time that right foot is going to turn out. So your toes are going to turn out because you're going to do triangle to the right first. When we come down, we're going to stay down in triangle today. So if you come down and you need more blocks, you can certainly add them, or the chair, you can fix it. Inhaling, arms come up to shoulder height again. Exhale, use your long exhale to drop down. So in triangle, we know that the legs stay straight-ish. They can still be soft. Reach your top arm up here. Breathe into that whole side body. Feel the pose. Enjoy the pose. If you want to mix it up a little bit, you could reach the top arm up and over your top ear there. Still make sure you have that good balance, that good foundation. One more breath together. Inhale. Exhale your breath out. Try this. Float the top arm all the way down. Rest it on your thigh here, your hips, and then bring the body all the way up on the inhale. Exhale the arms down. Nice. Turn your feet to parallel. Step the legs back together just to kind of, let the body know that you're resetting and you're going to go to the other side. Once again, take a nice step with this left leg. Now we turn the left toes out. We place that block or maybe nothing at all. If we know that we go to the ground, maybe the chair, make sure it's steady. Inhaling, arms up to shoulder height. And this is our opportunity to really extend your exhale as you come down. And when you arrive in the pose, that's not the final say. Use the breath to adjust yourself. This back hip, wrap it back a little bit. Feel how much that back leg is supporting you. If you like that feeling of reaching the top arm up and over, reach it up and over while you remain rooted down here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, on the next exhale, can you float this arm all the way back and rest it on the hip, top hip? Inhale, look down, come all the way up, and then both arms can come up. Exhale the arms down. All right, watch your blocks or watch your props, feet to parallel, step the legs back together. And then we'll all face the front of our mats now. Take your time, standing, and then just notice how you feel. You know, once again, take the time to notice the effects of the practice. Breathing here, breathing here. Let's do a counter pose since that was an asymmetrical series. We'll keep the heels down, just floating the arms in front of us. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and stretch up. Exhale, floating the arms down. Inhale, we reach all the way up. Exhale, we come all the way down. One more time, let's do an extra breath. Inhale, reach up and stretch up. Exhale the arms down. Okay, we're going to get down for a little bit of a lower practice. If you want to sort of do a salutation down with me, you could come to the front of the mat. Feet are secure here on the earth. Remember, this is your decision of how you come down. We're going to all meet in tabletop. Inhale, reaching the arms up, stretch all the way up here. Exhale, folding forward and drape down here. Plant the hands. You're either going right down to tabletop, or maybe you feel that another down dog would feel good. You decide. It's your practice. What feels good? You can soften the knees in down dog. Notice how different this down dog feels since we opened a lot. And when you're ready, don't rush. When you're ready, come down to tabletop. All right. Coming down to tabletop, we'll go right into cat-cow just by staying upright, which we haven't done yet. Inhale, curve the spine, look forward. Exhale, round the spine and bring it up to the sky, staying up. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, come back to center. We are going to make our way down our backs, but before we do that, let's come to our seat. It's sort of nice to go in these levels. So come on to your seat when you're ready. The feet are flat, the knees are bent. Open the chest. You can support yourself with your hands and then just sort of start to sway your knees back and forth. We don't have to touch the ground or anything. We just are having a little bit of movement. This also is very grounding when you have the feet down and you're sort of rolling over these sitting bones here. When we come onto our back here for these next sort of sequences, we're going to make sure that we have a block nearby. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that block is in reach. We're going to actually come right down onto our back. So the feet are flat, the knees are bent, and we come all the way down. Now, on the back, we can feel very grounded when we let the shoulders release. Relax your face, feel your spine, the connection it makes with the earth, and feel your hips drop down. You can bring the arms out to the sides, palms are up, just sort of lay there for a moment. If you have overhead lights in your eyes, you could close your eyes and connect with your breath here for a moment. Feeling your whole body being supported by the earth. Now, I mentioned here earlier to the people that are practicing here with me that Shavasana today is going to be a little bit longer. So we get to have this opportunity to really ground down in the end. But before we do that, let's locate that block that we kept nearby. Let's think about bringing our hips up and taking the block and sliding it under the lower back here. So we have to sort of adjust, right? And let's say that we're going to just keep it lower on the lower side here to begin. Adjust your block, taking the arms out to the sides. Palms can be up or down. Let the shoulders drop down and move your body, move your mind even into this still restorative bridge shape. Your body is in a back bend, but It's not having to do much as we're just letting it sort of be in that shape. Connect with your breath. Feel that your feet are still having contact with the earth. And the block is what's really supporting you here. Let's take 2 more breaths together, please. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, we're going to move this to a supported shoulder stand. Here's your choice for today. Leave it at the height that it is, or see what it feels like to flip it a little higher. You know, some of us either like hate this or love it. So if you can get the balance of it, you could go a little higher. If that doesn't feel comfortable, keep it on low. Okay, keep it on low. So let me see what this feels like. We're going to put one leg up at a time. The balance is a little different on the block when it's higher because it's a smaller edge. All right, legs are up. They are soft. It is a supported shoulder stand. I want you to relax your face, your jaw, your shoulders. Drop your arms down into the earth. And we call this an active reversal, that we're reversing the flow of the fluid in the legs, our blood flow in the legs. We don't normally have our feet like this up above our heads, or our hearts rather. So it's an active reversal, an inversion. And the yogis, really thought that this reset the whole system. Please give yourself 3 more breaths here. Okay. Remember, if you're a little bit higher, be mindful of that. Take the right leg down. First, get it on the earth there. There it is. Take the other leg down. And if you did decide to make that block a little higher, make it low for a moment, just to bring the body down 1 step. There it is, back to where we were with the bridge, supported bridge. Take a breath there, and then slide the block out. So sort of in steps. Let the lower back come down and make contact with the earth. And now we'll go into hugging our knees into our body. We call this Aphanasana, hugging the knees in, a little bit of space in between the legs, countering that supported shoulder stand we just did. Let's keep this right leg close to us. Please hug it in, but extend the left leg long and let that left leg rest on the earth. So feel how long it is here. Hugging this right knee in. We're going to guide this right knee over, crossing it over our body, so we go into a little bit of a twist. So you're deciding how deep you go here. Start to cross it over. Support yourself with your right arm. Get to where you need to stop. You could even put a block there to support yourself, right? You could land that knee on a block. We want these shoulders to stay down. You'll probably feel that right shoulder pop up. If it does, just come out of it a little bit. Let the shoulder come down and adjust yourself. You want to be comfortable here. If you want to go into the full body twist, your gaze could go towards the right side. Supine twists, digestion, detox, elimination, all these things the twists do for us. Take your time, please, as you come back to center. Roll back. Let's hug both knees into the body. Reset with an even shape with our bodies. Keeping our left leg close to us this time, just like we did on the other side. Extend the right leg long. Even have that right leg be active where the toes are up, right? And you're hugging in this right knee. Really feeling that you're getting into the hip. You can even sort of roll the foot a little bit, the right foot back and forth, roll the foot around and feel your ankle. And then take your time and guide that left knee across the body as you go into a supine twist. So I do like to have a block here to kind of land on, high or low. Remember, that left shoulder is going to pop up. Just slowly bring it down, slowly. And that will open the chest. You'll feel it. Now, what's the last piece? We could take this gaze and we could look over towards the left. You know, it's this feeling of sort of wringing it out, wring it out. What is not serving you? Wring it out, you know, kind of exhale it out. Really letting the exhales get long here. Give yourself one more breath in this nice twist. And if your gaze was turned all the way, you could bring your head back to center. That would be your first movement. Then you'll roll the hips back, roll the knee back, the left knee. And once again, you're going to hug the knees into the body, Aphanasana. Reset with an even pose. All right, now we move right into an even posture series called UPP. We're going to keep the feet, the legs, just as they are. Your shins are parallel with the earth. We're going to inhale, reach the arms back and straighten the legs up to the sky. Point those toes towards your center. You'll feel an opening. Exhale, legs come just back to where they were. Arms float all the way down to the ground. They make contact. Keep going. Inhale, reach back. Legs can go straight-ish. Keep your knees soft. Exhale, arms down, legs back to beginning. So when we practice UPP, it's very active. That lower back and even the hips are rooted down into the earth. Another inversion. It's sort of like an upside down down dog. Okay, arms are back, legs are up. Let's go in for the hold. You can point those toes towards your center. It's a big, big opening on the calves and the hamstrings, so soften the knees. The more you bring your legs towards your face, the bigger opening you'll feel, right? But you can pull them away a little bit as well. So kind of find that balance of what feels good to your body. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, this time the arms float all the way down, the legs come all the way down to the ground. Let the feet land and then release your whole body. So let the whole body release. Your abdominal releases. Breathing here. Breathing here. All right, before we go into our long Shavasana today, it's a guided Shavasana. We're going to just do Supta Baddha Konasana, just a dynamic variation where we open both knees up. So I've walked my feet together. Arms can be down by your sides, palms can be up. And let's just do dynamic. Inhale, opening the knees up, soles of the feet come together. Exhale, bringing the knees back together. Go as far as feels good to your body. Inhale, open up the knees. Exhale, float them back together. Let's say 2 more times, please. Inhale, open. We're not going to hold this one today. We're just going to go dynamic as a little reset. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Okay, let's give ourselves one more hug, one more Aphanasana. Anything that I haven't cued that you feel you need to do right now, like maybe you want to bring your legs up one more time, or maybe you love happy baby. That's where we grab our feet, right? Do that for yourself now. So take these next few moments to do whatever feels good. I do want you to stay on your back though, because I am going to guide you into Shavasana. So using these next few breaths to sort of wiggle and move and do whatever you need to do. Happy baby always feels lovely. And then taking the time to set ourselves up for Shavasana that we feel fully supported on the earth. So, you know, I was going to say, yeah, if you do have like an extra shirt or a blanket around you, finding that and putting that over you. I always recommend, and we'll talk about this tomorrow night too, if you're coming, that any sort of weight on your body feels nice. So even if you put like a block or 2 blocks on your body, or even a pillow, can feel really, really nice. Maybe something under the knees to support your legs. And then really, honestly, the hardest part of a practice is to just be still and just be there. So really here, giving yourselves permission to move into a longer Shavasana than we normally do. Lying down in Shavasana, closing the eyes if you haven't done so already, and feeling the breath move in and out of your body through your nostrils. You need the knees to be bent. You okay?
Yes.
Do you want a bolster?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, make sure you use these moments to, really feel good in the body. Okay, so can you hug your knees into your body? And I'm actually going to really set it up for you. Does that help?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, connecting with the breath, let's take our attention right to the tip of our nose, right at our nostrils there. Noticing the temperature of the breath as it comes in and out of the nose. And moving into this total awareness of breath, but also being aware that there's another part of you that is watching from a different perspective. It's almost as though you're watching yourself here, being the witness. Continue being aware of the breath, feeling your navel center rise and fall with the inhalation and the exhalation. And as your eyes are closed, you notice the darkness, maybe with just a tiny bit of light filtering through. Notice the darkness, but also notice any colors that you might see behind the eyelids. And as we notice the darkness and possibly any colors, we let our awareness rest here in this darkness. Continue to notice the rise and fall of your belly with the breath. And continue to be aware of your breathing in the whole body as you're watching yourself, witnessing yourself and your breath. And this idea of actually becoming aware of awareness. Now let your attention travel to sound and listen for the furthest sounds that you can possibly hear. Continue being aware of awareness. And now let your attention jump from sound to sound, letting go of identifying what the sound is, and just letting your attention move. Begin to draw your awareness of sound closer to you, possibly hearing the sound of your own breath. And then maybe the sound of your heart beating. And now just let go of the awareness of sounds and let all sounds be out there in the distance, feeling as though you are in the center of a circle and all of the sounds are on the outside of the circle. Feel your body lying on the ground and notice all the body parts that are touching the ground. As you scan your body for these points of contact, go slowly and actually feel each point. Feel your body being magnetized toward the earth through all of these points. Now feel the space between your body and the floor. Feel space around your body. Feel yourself as the space around your body. And again, rest in awareness. Remember that part of you was there before you had a body. Rest in knowing that you are eternal. As you slowly begin to deepen your breath, once again, notice the sounds around you. Bring awareness back to the body, and once again, deepen your breath, remaining still. Notice your body breathing and remember where you are. The room, the building, your home. Welcome yourself back. Notice your feet, and before even moving the feet and the toes, just feel the sensation of your feet. And then begin to slowly wiggle your toes and move your feet. Before moving the hands, just simply noticing the hands and the fingers. And then beginning to move your hands, your wrists, your fingers, nice and slow. You can go ahead and on your next inhale, reach your arms all the way back behind your head. And if you're seated, you can also do that, reaching the arms up. Give your body a nice stretch. And with slow breaths, maybe hugging the knees into the body. Moving nice and slow as we come out of this longer Shavasana today, making sure we roll to the side to take that breath. And then we'll take our time here and we'll all come up to seated. And it really helps to either keep a soft gaze or keep the eyes closed when you do that, to keep that quiet quality. And as we come up to end class together as a community, as a group here together today, here and out there, bringing the hands to heart center and just resting the hands right in front of your heart space. And taking these feelings and these qualities that we find in our practice and taking them throughout our day. Breathing into that, take a nice big inhale and exhale your breath out. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. And just a little taste of what tomorrow night will be. So if you love the longer Shavasana, please join. And I think we're good. Thank you, everyone out there.